Welcome to AfriNEXT Connections. Joining me is Rebecca Harrison. She is the CEO and co-founder of African Management Institute. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Juliet.
So tell me a little bit about your organization and how it got started.
Yeah, thanks. So AMI, we enable ambitious organizations across Africa to thrive, and we do that through practical tools and training. So we leverage technology to be able to deliver really practical, relevant, and accessible tools and training to entrepreneurs, leaders, young people across Africa, combining online access with kind of live learning as well and support. And we have a particular focus on women entrepreneurs as well.
So focusing on workforce development in Africa, what are some of the key challenges you have identified, and how is your organization working to tackle those challenges?
Yeah, so we have two sides of the business. One is we really focus on supporting entrepreneurial businesses. And we really believe, we've got this huge number of young people in Africa, the kind of demographic bulge or dividend or whatever you want to call it. In order to create jobs for those young people, we really need to build businesses quickly. So that kind of demand side of the labor market. And we believe the most effective way to do that is to support small businesses, make them more resilient, help them to grow and create jobs. So that's part of what we do. On the other side, of course, we've got to create the supply of skilled labor in order to fill those jobs in the future. And we're particularly interested in the kind of soft skills, problem solving, critical thinking, communication, a lot of the skills that are really critical for 21st century work, particularly when we think about outsourced jobs globally, digital work, all of those kind of challenges.
You talked about women entrepreneurs. So how does your work support women entrepreneurs, and what role do women-led enterprises, big or small, play on the continent?
Yeah, I think it's become really clear that supporting women in almost any domain has outsized impact. And that's true as well for entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurs are critical for creating jobs. Women entrepreneurs, interestingly, create more jobs in relation to as a ratio of revenue than male entrepreneurs. Super interesting. We've got that from our own data. So we support thousands of entrepreneurs every year, and we disaggregate the data and track that. So we're able to see different trends. So women create more jobs across the board, and they create significantly more jobs for women. So of the women-owned businesses that we support, around 75% have more than half of their employees as women. So really interesting, women create more jobs and they create more jobs for women. And I think, it's very clear, the evidence is very clear about how empowering women has so many kind of amplifying effects and amplifying kind of impact for communities as well.